for the delegation block Vanuatu. We also making way block in with some bananas and baskets of food and also a bowl, a cover bowl, I suppose, and also some drinks and a live pig. Another round of applause for the Vanuatu delegation, please. A big round of applause for the arrival of the Fiji delegation. Welcome, Fiji! Sogavare and Madam Sogavare. Please all stand. Thank you so much. Please be seated. We shall now start our program proper, and there is a slight change. First, I would like to call upon the Sika representative to begin our closing ceremony program for this afternoon with a word of prayer. May now I invite Pastor Peter Daniel to open our time with a word of prayer. Thank you, Pastor Daniel.
On va commencer avec une prière présentée par le pasteur.
I surrender at all to close your eyes, heads bowed. As you wear them cap, you remove them carefully as you may hope and pray. Let us pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. This afternoon, Lord, we are so thankful, grateful for your goodness, for your love, for your care. Lord, we'd like to acknowledge this afternoon your greatness as well. For the past few days, as we spent our time together in this ground, we are so thankful, Lord, for the weather. Thank you, Lord, also for the peace and the quietness and the moments, each single moments of the day that we have enjoyed together in this ground. Today, Lord, before me for a further ask you more, should there be things in life, Lord, that me will not make me happy to him? As individual, Lord, I pray that may you forgive each one of us. And I also pray, Lord, that may you continue to help each one of us, Lord, to be able to see you in our lives as we continue to spend this moment together. For the past few days, we have learned from each other. We have learned from each other, from the skills that you have given each one, talents and abilities, the respective cultures that we have learned from the respective Melanesian families that we have come together in this place. We'd like to thank you, Lord, for your goodness. Thank you for your love. Thank you, Lord, for enabling each one of us with the talents that we have. We also like to thank you, Lord, for the friendship that we have shared together. friends that we have met. We have fellowship with each other. With all this, Lord, there is nothing much more for us to say but to say thank you for our time together. With the diverse cultures that we have, we praise you that this week we come to take note of the cultures and learn from each other. Heavenly Father, we'd like to thank you also for your culture as well, because it was your culture that brought each one of us together into this place. Without them culture, God, probably we probably meeting each other one time about the spears, seals, or the stone axe, but Lord, it was your culture that helped us, Lord, to see each other in the eyes. It was your culture, Lord, culture of the gospel in Jesus Christ, where we put people together, bring people together, who come together in this place. And so this afternoon, we'd like to praise you. Thank you, Lord, for the love and the fellowship that you shared because of what Jesus that you've done for each one of us at the cross of Calvary. Lord, I now commit the closing ceremony into your hand, Lord. Bless its messages from our leaders, the addresses that we receive today. That may all the blessings and the glory and the honor be given back to you as we listen to the messages, the final remarks from the respective leaders that will share with us today. Thank you, Lord, once again for listening to our prayer. And before we part company in this ground, be with each one, Lord, especially our friends from the Melanesian family who will be traveling back to their respective countries. Pray that your traveling mercy be with them as well. Whatever time they want to go back, pray that you bless them as they travel home. Thank you, Lord, in hearing our prayer. Go before each one of us now, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for your presence with us today. We ask all this in Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Daniel, for that opening prayer. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, Andrew Nihopara, to make his remarks. Mr. Nihopara.
The Acting Prime Minister, Solomon Islands, Honorable Manasseh Sogavare and Madam Sogavare, the Minister of Culture and Tourism, Honorable Bartholomew Parapolo, Ministers of the Crown who are here with us this afternoon, Ministers for Culture of the MSG countries, the Lord Mayor of Honiara City, Director General of the Melanesian Spearhead Group Secretariat, Mr. Amena Yavoli, Head of Delegations, Senior Government Officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps, festival participants, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. As the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism and the Chairperson of the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival National Organizing Committee, and on behalf of my Minister, the Minister of Culture and Tourism, I stand here before you, proud yet humbled, to see the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival conclude successfully today. In this regard, ladies and gentlemen, I would firstly like to welcome the Acting Prime Minister, Honorable Manasseh Sogavare, to be the guest of honor on behalf of this closing ceremony. Sir, it's with great pleasure I am grateful and honored on behalf of the Ministry and the Committee to have you grace this ceremony with your presence. I would like to mention, the Acting Prime Minister, that it was during your time as Prime Minister that all the arrangements for this festival commenced, and hence it is very fitting that you are here to officiate at the closing. So I warmly welcome you to this occasion today. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to welcome the Minister of Culture and Tourism, Honorable Bartholomew Parapolo, as the Minister directly responsible for hosting the 6th Melanesian Arts and Culture Festival. Minister, welcome to witness the conclusion of the festival that you have worked tirelessly to see it successful. I would also like to acknowledge and welcome the ministers of the Crown who are here with us today, who have continuously demonstrated their support towards hosting this event in Honiara. I also welcome the Councillor Andrew Moore, the Lord Mayor of the host city, Honiara, to be part of this closing ceremony. Honiara has been a good host to all our visitors, and it is only fitting the Lord Mayor shares his reflections on how the city have played its part in hosting the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival. I also like to welcome all the ministers responsible for arts and culture and all the official representatives of government of the FLNKS of New Caledonia, Vanuatu, Fiji, and Papua New Guinea. I also note the Director General of the Melanesian Spearhead Group, who is here with us today. Welcome, sir. To all our overseas participants from the MSG countries, our guests, participants from the Torres Strait, Australia, the Republic of China, Taiwan, representing the Indigenous Council of Taiwan, I warmly welcome you this afternoon to mark the closing of the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival. Also, I'd like to note and welcome the presence of members of the Diplomatic Corps, senior government officials, and members of the business and corporate community here in Honiara. Lastly but not least, let me welcome all the Honiara residents, families, children, youth, women, men who are here, who have taken out time to come and witness the closing of this 6th Melanesian Arts Festival this afternoon. Let me conclude by thanking our Almighty God for the blessings over the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival. We had excellent weather over the past 10 days, and everything has unfolded according to plans. And therefore, I give the honor and thank you to the God Almighty for His unfailing love and care for us all. Once again, a very warm welcome to everybody who are here today, and thank you too much. God bless.
Another big round of applause for the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism of Solomon Islands, Mr. Andrew Nihopara. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now listen to the theme song of the MacFest Festival, and it will be sung by the USP Choir and Solomon Voices. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the song. Thank you.
remember that when though different islands, different countries we come from, we will always remain one Melanesia.
Wave your hands, everyone, so let's see. One Melanesia.
Right, the one Melanesia.
Beautiful song. No doubt all the people who are gathered here today have enjoyed that melodious and harmonious song. Yes, we are one Melanesia. Thank you so much. We shall move on, and now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I will now invite the Lord Mayor of Honiara City, Honorable Andrew Moore, to make his remarks. Thank you, Mr. Moore. Big hands, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Manasseh Sokobare, Acting Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Madam Sokobare, Minister of Culture and Tourism, Honorable Bartholomew Parapolo, Ministers of the Crown who are here with us this afternoon, Ministers for Culture and Tourism, the participating Melanesian countries, Director General of the Melanesian Spearhead Group, Mr. Amina Yowil, heads of the Melanesian countries, delegation who are here with us this afternoon, the Ambassador of the Republic of Taiwan, Mr. George with us this afternoon, members of the Diplomatic Corps, festival participants, invited guests, good fellow people, Bloyumi lo Honiara. This afternoon, it gives me a pleasure as a mayor of the host city to make few remarks at this occasion to mark the formal closing of the 6th Melanesian Art Festival here in Honiara. First and foremost, let me acknowledge and thank the Acting Prime Minister for being the guest of honor, as it is deemed fitting to have the head of the Solomon Islands government to officiate at this very special occasion. The government has taken the lead to organize and host this event, and therefore I also thank you, Honorable Acting Prime Minister, for your support as Minister of Finance and the Deputy Prime Minister to ensure that the Honiara City play host to the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival. May I also extend my appreciation and acknowledgement to the efforts playing and execution of this 6th Melanesian Art Festival by the Minister of Culture and Tourism and his team. The festival was indeed a success over the last couple of weeks. The efforts and commitment to host the Melanesian Art Festival was rendered across all the government ministries in collaboration with the key stakeholders such as the business houses and Honiara City Council, the Solomon Islands National University, and all our business stakeholders and the communities within the Honiara and the Solomon Islands as a whole. This is a true reflection of how government can work closely with all other stakeholders for a success of hosting a such event of this magnitude. Excellency, I am honored and proud to be standing here on behalf of my executive and the residents of Honiara to convey our utmost appreciation and thank you to all our guests from the Melanesian spearhead groups, countries and beyond, especially our brothers from the Republic of Taiwan. You have joined us here in Honiara over the past weeks to celebrate the 6th Melanesian Art Festival, and also thank you for gracing us on our 40th independence anniversary. Excellencies, hosting such an event is not an easy task. It requires commitment at the highest level of the government, and more so require the cooperation and support from all our good people of Solomon Islands. And thank you for the success of this event. The past 2 weeks has been very enjoyable for all, but all these were made possible from the effort and cooperation between the government and stakeholders. Furthermore, the effort and commitment made through the active participation of the Melanesian countries have contributed to the entire success of this festival. This has been reflected in the fact that the MSG remain a sub-regional bloc that stands firm on one of the founding principles on which it has established, harnessing and strengthening our culture through closer cooperation. The 6th Melanesian Art Festival is hosted here in Honiara, Solomon Islands, for the second time after each of the Melanesian countries took turn in hosting the event in the last 20 years. This is a manifestation of how we have stood together by harnessing and strengthening our culture, our cooperation. Our culture is our identity and how we came to exist. In this regard, Honiara stands proud to be making history by hosting this significant MSC event for the second time. This is an achievement that the Honiara residents and Solomon Islanders as a whole should be proud of. By hosting the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival here in Honiara and Solomon Islands we have proven to ourselves that we are truly capable of standing united to host significant event and international event in the future. We are looking forward for the 2023 Pacific Games. For Honiara City authorities, our business houses and the government of Solomon Islands, our hosting of this Melanesian Art Festival is an excellent platform to test our capabilities and abilities as we prepare for the 2023 Pacific Games, which no doubt will be at a much more larger scale. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, the experience will help us forge a necessary partnership and strengthen in cooperation between our various institutions and make improvement in preparing for the Games in 2023. We must continue to aspire to host more of these religion events and international events such as this in the coming years as part of this capacity building to make Honiara a regional festival hub in the South Pacific. Distinguished guests, as the host mayor, I wish to thank all the overseas dignitaries, delegation for coming to Honiara and participate in the 6th Melanesian Art Festival and also gracing us on our 40th anniversary. I thank you for the respect that you have accorded to our people, our city and our country in the way that you have demonstrated. You have demonstrated a true Melanesian spirit of friendship through your good behaviors and respect to our people. We also have the experience over the past weeks was nothing but sharing of friendship through mutual respect. The success of the Melanesian Art Festival continues to shape and cement the Melanesian solidarity. I thank each and every one of you for taking the time to visit Honiara, and I hope you have a memorable experience during your stay with us here in Honiara. To my good people of Honiara City and Solomon Islands, I could not be more proud of your role in playing host to our guests. And since the arrival in Honiara, the business houses have actively participated in the festival through providing food stalls, showcasing our local products, and Honiara residents have participated through visiting the various shows and displays put forward by our participant brothers. We have demonstrated good behavior and welcome our guests with open arms over the past weeks. This is a reflection of how we can stand together as the people of Solomon Islands, people of one nation, take our country forward into the future. I thank you everyone for your involvement in one way or the other in hosting the festival. May I thank the Acting Prime Minister and the government of Solomon Islands for a successful hosting of this 6th Melanesian Art Festival. Finally, on behalf of the Honiara City Council, residents of Honiara and citizens, let me convey our best wishes to the next host, Vanuatu, in Port Vila, in 2022. With these few remarks, I thank you all for enjoying Honiara. May God bless the Melanesian grouping, and may God bless our countries as we prepare for the next festival. Thank you, Thomas, and have a happy journey back home.
Another big round of applause for the Honiara City Mayor, Mr. Andrew Moa. Thank you so much, Honorable Moa. Before I invite the Honorable Acting Prime Minister to come and present the keynote address, I would also like to announce that the keynote address by the Acting Prime Minister will be translated in French language for the sake of our New Caledonia friends. And on that note, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the honor to welcome the Solomon Islands Acting Prime Minister, Honorable Manasseh Damukana Sungobare, to present the keynote address. A big round of applause, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. MC, well, Master. Thank you, MC. Hey, one Melanesia. You all right? Wow. Thank you. We acknowledge the presence of some very important people this evening the Honourable Bartholomew Parafolo, the Minister of Culture and Tourism, Honourable colleague Ministers, the Lord Mayor, Councillor Andrew Moore, Mayor of the Yonyara City, Minister for Culture for MSG countries, His Excellency Amina Yawoli, Director General of MSG Secretariat, heads and members of our diplomatic missions, senior government officials, traditional leaders, festival participants, distinguished guests, and I would like to make mentions of the Taiwanese delegations here, right here with us. And thank you for gracing us, and of course our fellow Solomon Islanders. On behalf of the government and people of our beloved Solomon Islands, I am delighted and greatly honored to officiate at the closing of a very successful 6th Melanesian Arts and Culture Festival here in Honiara, Solomon Islands.
Au nom du gouvernement des îles Salomon et du peuple de nos îles Salomon bien-aimés, je suis ravi et très honoré d'officier la culture d'une très populaire 6e Festival des Arts et de la clôture mélanésienne à Honiara aux îles Salomon.
And I'm delighted because it is for the second time in 20 years that Solomon Islands has successfully hosted this regional event.
Je suis content car c'est la deuxième fois en 20 ans que les îles Salomon accueillent avec succès cet événement régional.
It is always a proud moment to see that despite limited resources, the Solomon Islands people have yet again demonstrated the cooperation attitude and determination spirit to stand together, play host to our Melanesian brothers and sisters in the last 10 days with pride and success.
C'est toujours un moment de fierté de constater que depuis les ressources limitées, les habitants des îles Salomon ont encore une fois démontré leur esprit de coopération et leur détermination à accueillir ensemble nos frères et sœurs mélanésiennes au cours des 10 derniers jours avec fierté et succès.
Not only that, but I'm always proud to see how diverse Melanesian culture displayed with passion. We must always be proud of our Melanesian heritage and show it to the world.
Non seulement cela, mais je suis toujours fier de voir notre culture mélanésienne diversifiée, exposée avec passion. Nous devons toujours être fiers de notre patrimoine mélanésien et le montrer au monde.
And for the sake of people who may not know who we are and where to find us, we inhabit a good spread of land masses that extend from Timor-Leste, Papua and West Papua provinces of Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, the Tanaks of New Caledonia, Fiji, and including the Torres Strait Islanders of the great continent of Australia.
Nous sommes arrivés ici parce qu'on est ensemble, on est unis par rapport à notre pays, qu'on est là cet après-midi.
For every 4 years we rise above international and regional politics to get together and showcase our Melanesian culture and traditions through our songs and dances as a way of preserving our identity as a people and race in the world, where the agenda of eliminating races and indigenous cultures and people is taking momentum. And if we are not careful, we could become history. This is the wisdom of the leadership of MSG.
C'est important pour continuer cette façon de célébrer notre culture, notre coutume, pour animer notre vie de façon de vivre à notre frères et sœurs mélanésiennes.
Solomon Islands took the challenge and hosted the first ever Melanesian Arts Festival in 1998 that coincided with the country's 20th independence anniversary, and 20 years on, and we again hosted the 6th MSG Arts and Cultural Festival that coincided with our 40th anniversary.
Nous avons accueilli le tout premier festival de Sarthe Mélanésie en 1998 qui a coïncidé avec le 20e anniversaire de l'indépendance du pays de 20 ans plus tard. Nous avons de nouveau accueilli le 6e festival de Sarthe et culture CFLM qui coïncidait avec notre 4e anniversaire.
On this note, I would like to state that the 6th MSG Arts and Cultural Festival is the biggest event hosted by the Solomon Islands since the departure of Ramsey in June 2017.
Sur cette note, je voudrais dire que la 6e Festival de Sarthe de la culture GFLM est le plus grand événement organisé par les îles Salomon depuis le départ de Ramsey en juillet 2017.
Now this would not have been entirely possible without our joint commitment as members of the Melanesian Spearhead Group to support each other. And I will acknowledge this in a little while, but suffice it to say at this point in time that helping one another in the spirit of you are your brother's keeper is an entrenched Melanesian value which we must continue to uphold because it sets us apart as a people in the world.
Le Sile Salomon demeure fier d'être le membre fondateur de Melanesian Spearhead Group et avec cela, nous avons tenu notre promesse de remplir de manettes de groupe multipartir, de renforcer notre coopération et notre interaction culturelle à travers les activités de festival.
We are one talks and nothing must and should be allowed to change that.
On est one talk et on est toujours là pour nous aider.
It is unfortunate, however, that this and other values are beginning to give way to the make-believe superior introduced cultures of individualism and the attitude of I only have myself and my interest to look after. This is un-Melanesian and we will only weaken ourselves if we do not take it.
On va continuer de travailler ensemble comme un groupe, comme frères et sœurs de Mélanésie pour l'année qui arrive.
As a bloc, we account for and control more than 90% of the population and resources in the region outside Australia and New Zealand. But unless we are truly committed to the objectives of the MSG Charter, the visions and wisdom of the founders of our organization, the MSG Comprehensive Free Trade Agreement, and other strategic socio-economic development objectives we developed over the years, we can easily lose our way and become vulnerable.
On a fait partir de minorités, mais on va continuer de travailler ensemble pour continuer cette façon de travail sur la Mélanésie.
For Solomon Islands, it is this concern, among others, that inspired our 40th Independence Anniversary theme to redefine our journey after 40. We are conscious of our vulnerability.
Le Sile Salomon va continuer de travailler ensemble avec le groupe pour retrouver le moyen et l'approche pour prendre l'unification pour le jour qui arrive.
Coming back more specifically to this event, Solomon Islands continues to stand proud as one of the founding members of the Melanesian Spirit Group, and with that, we have delivered on a commitment and promise to carry out the mandate of the MSG to strengthen our cultural cooperation and interactions through the festival activities.
Le Sile Salomon demeure fier d'être le membre fondateur de CFLM et on va continuer de travailler ensemble à travers leur activité du festival.
The common Melanesian culture is one of the pillars that the MSG is founded. The sixth festival continues to reinforce this pillar through regular sharing, exchange and interaction of our cultures. We can comfortably say that the common cultural pillar establishes the important platform for our past, present and future cooperation and interaction.
La culture mélanésienne commune est l'une des piliers de CFLM. Le 6e festival continue de renforcer cette pilar à travers un partage, un échange et une interaction régulière de nos cultures. Le pilier culturel commun constitue la plateforme importante de notre coopération et de nos interactions passées, présentes et futures.
The cooperation and interaction through the Melanesian Arts Festival and our trading collaboration, as emphasized earlier, are key linkages between our countries, our people and our products.
La coopération et l'interaction à travers le Festival des Arts mélanésiens et notre collaboration commerciale sont des liens clés entre nos pays, nos jeunes et nos produits.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the people and government of Solomon Islands, I wish to convey a sincere thank you and appreciation for the support that was rendered to us by our MSG members under the Cultural Cooperation Agreement.
Mesdames et messieurs, au nom du peuple du gouvernement de Salomon, je souhaite d'exprimer nos sincères remerciements et notre reconnaissance pour le soutien que nous ont apporté nos membres de groupes multipartis de cadre d'accord de coopération culturelle.
In this regard, first let me make mention of the contribution from the FLNKS and Nickelodeon government through the supplier of all fireworks for the festival and the support with the sound and lighting equipment for the festival stages.
À cet égard, permettez-moi tout d'abord de mentionner la contribution de FLNKS et du gouvernement de la Nouvelle-Calédonie à travers la fourniture et tous les feux d'artifice pour le festival et le soutien d'équipements sonores d'éclairage pour l'étape de festival. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, that's correct. Secondly, I wish to acknowledge the cash contribution by the Papua New Guinea government. This donation has effectively contributed to easing the financial commitment by Solomons government towards hosting the event. Thank you, True Orlando.
Deuxièmement, je tiens à remercier les contributions et l'espace du gouvernement de Papouasie-Nouvelle-Guinée. Ces dons ont effectivement contribué à l'élargir de l'engagement financier de l'île Salomon vers l'organisation de l'événement. Merci, True Orlando.
Thirdly, I would like to mention the contribution rendered by the Vanuatu government in supporting the festival with the supply of 500 kilograms of premium Vanuatu beef.
Troisièmement, je voudrais mentionner la contribution apportée par le gouvernement de Vanuatu pour soutenir le festival avec le fournisseur de 500 kg de bœuf de qualité supérieure de Vanuatu. Le bœuf a complété la nourriture qui était forte sur le lieu et nos participants résidents pendant le festival. Merci, Tanguy Thomas Vanuatu.
Good, that's correct. The beef supplemented the food that was offered at the venues where our participants resided during the festival, and thank you very much, Vanuatu. Thank you, True Orlando. I also acknowledge that Fiji was prepared to support and fund the proposed Miss Melanesian beauty pageant. But unfortunately, the event was withdrawn from the festival, but nonetheless, we knock over the level, Fiji.
Enfin, surtout, je connais que Fiji était prêt à soutenir à financer le concours Miss Melanesian Beauty, mais malheureusement, l'événement a été retiré du festival.
These contributions and commitment reflect our standing commitments to the MSG Cultural Cooperation Agreement, and for that we are truly thankful. Solomon Islands stands prepared to reciprocate your good gesture in the future. We are one people, that's correct, we are one Melanesia.
Ces contributions reflétant l'engagement permanent vis-à-vis de l'accord de coopération culturelle chez FLM. Et pour cela, nous sommes vraiment reconnaissants. Les îles Salomon tiennent prêtes à rendre vos bons gestes à l'avenir. Nous sommes un peuple, nous sommes une Mélanésie.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we might refresh our minds again, the theme of the 6th Melanesian Arts and Cultural Festival is Past Recollections, Future Connections. The theme was based on the belief that our past influence the present, which determines the course of our destiny.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous me le permettez, le thème de le 6e Festival de Sarthe de la culture de Mélanésie est Past Recollections, Future Connections. Le thème était basé sur la conviction que nos passés influencent le présent qui détermine le cours de notre destinée.
In this regard, the theme signified that the 6th MSG Festival was about taking time to pay tribute to our history, and hence we did. It is about recalling the experience of the classic journeys from the past to the present, and on which we must chart our futures, and hence we will do.
À cet égard, le thème signifiait que le 6e festival chez FLM était sur le point de prendre le temps de rendre hommage à notre histoire, et par conséquent, nous l'avons fait. Il s'agit de rappel de l'expérience de voyage classique du passé et présent, et sur lequel nous devons tracer notre avenir, et par conséquent, nous le verrons.
As reiterated by His Excellency the Governor General in the keynote address at the opening ceremony, the main objectives of a cultural festival such as these are: 1. Bringing Melanesian people of different views, skills, knowledge and backgrounds together to share and celebrate the artistic creations and cultural heritage. 2. Showing art and culture in order to encourage knowledge, sharing and create opportunities for economic activities through the art and cultural industry. And 3rd, fostering and establishing new partnership between the people and the countries of Melanesia based on common art history and cultural interests.
Tel que retiré par son Excellence le gouverneur général dans le discours d'ouverture à la cérémonie d'ouverture, le principal objectif d'un festival culturel comme celui-ci sont les suivants. 1. Amener le Mélanésien de différents points de vue, compétences, connaissances et mieux à partager et à célébrer leur création artistique et leur patrimoine culturel. 2. Montrer l'art et la culture avec d'encourager le partage des connaissances et créer des opportunités pour les activités économiques et traverser l'industrie artistique et culturelle. 3. Encourager et établir de nouveaux partenaires entre le peuple et le pays de Mélanésie passe sur des intérêts artistiques et culturels communs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we have met and achieved these objectives of the festival period. You have exchanged ideas, skills and knowledge. You have had the opportunity to showcase your products and have created or even realized economic opportunities.
Mesdames et messieurs, je crois que nous avons rencontré et été cet objectif de la période de festival. Vous avez échangé des idées, des compétences et des connaissances.
And I believe you have fostered and established new partnership for future connections. And I'm certain the festival has helped us reconnected, revived and renew our commitments to our people and cultures in Melanesia.
Et je crois que vous avez favorisé et établi de nouveaux partenaires pour de futures connexions.
At this juncture, I wish to congratulate and thank all the participants in the festival from all our MSG member countries and other countries beyond the region. You have helped contributed to achieving the objectives of the festival and ensure that we embraced and delivered according to the festival theme.
À ce stade, je souhaite féliciter et remercier tous les participants au festival de tous les pays membres, de groupes multipartir des autres pays au-delà de la région. Vous avez aidé à contribuer à la réalisation de l'objectif du festival et à faire en sorte que nous acceptions et livrons selon le thème du festival.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Solomon Islands government, I would like to thank the Minister of Culture and Tourism for your minister's lead role in the coordination, preparation and hosting of the 6th MSG Festival.
Mesdames et messieurs, au nom du gouvernement de îles Salomon, je voudrais que remercier le ministre de la Culture et du Tourisme Foisonner le rôle de chef de file de votre ministre dans la coordination, la préparation et l'organisation de le 6e festival.
Your minister ensured that the Solomon Islands delivered on the MSG's arts and culture mandate as a proud founding member of the group. And I also wish to acknowledge the work and support by the MSG Secretariat in supporting our National Committee in the preparations for the festival. And in this regard, let me also thank the Director General and staff of the Melanesian Spirit Group Secretariat.
Je souhaite également saluer le travail et le soutien le groupe CFLM pour soutenir notre comité national dans la préparation du festival. À cet égard, permettez-moi également de remercier le directeur général et le personnel de le secrétariat du groupe CFLM pour leur travail.
By the same token, ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to thank and acknowledge the cooperation, contribution and support by all other government ministries toward the preparation and hosting of the festival.
Par la même occasion, mesdames et messieurs, je voudrais également remercier et reconnaître la coopération, les contributions et le soutien de tous les autres ministres du gouvernement pour la préparation et l'accueil du festival.
The multi-ministry support was demonstrated in the composition of the Festival National Organizing Committee and the support committees with representation of almost all government ministries. I therefore thank the committee for a job well done.
Le soutien multiministériel a été démontré dans la composition du Comité national d'organisation du festival et soutient le comité avec la représentation de presque tous les ministres du gouvernement. Je remercie donc le comité pour le travail accompli.
Lastly but not the least, let me take this opportunity to thank my good people of Oniara and the city mayor and the Solomon Islands for playing your part in hosting the festival and looking after overseas guests during the past days.
Enfin, permettez-moi de saisir cette occasion pour remercier mes bons jeunes de Oniara et des îles Salomon d'avoir joué leur rôle en accueillant le festival et prenant soin de nos invités d'outre-mer et cours de 2 dernières semaines.
As we stand together and help the government deliver on national commitments, it gives us the opportunity to continue with nation building and the sense of nationalism and pride. Ladies and gentlemen, just last week on the eve of celebrating our 40th independence anniversary, the Prime Minister had the honor of launching the new Solomon Islands tourism brand.
nous unissons et on était le gouvernement à tenir ses engagements nationaux et il donnait l'occasion de continuer à partir de la nation et de ressentir le nationalisme et la fierté. Mesdames et messieurs, la semaine dernière, à la fête de la célébrer notre 4e anniversaire de l'indépendance, j'ai l'honneur de lancer la nouvelle.
Our national brand is Solomon Islands Ease. Solomon Islands Ease connotes who we are, who we have always been, and who we will always be. And this brand is our new promise to the world. Every single person, entity, institution, group, language group, province is a touch point for the delivery of this new promise.
Que les îles Salomon va continuer pour être là, pour continuer le marche et pour continuer pour être un pays Mélanésie.
I therefore urge each and every Solomon Islander to embrace and take pride of who you are, a Solomon Islander and a citizen of Melanesia.
Et je continue d'encourager tous les nationaux pour continuer pour être fiers pour venir une île Salomon.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this reflection and remarks, I now have the honor, and I know some activities will still be happening, to officially declare the 6th Melanesian Arts and Culture Festival closed, of course, with some entertainment coming. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Another big round of applause for the keynote address by the Honorable Acting Prime Minister, please. Our gifts are presentations, and now we shall have the gifts presentations to the overseas participating countries to say thank you and reciprocate the gifts they have presented to the Solomon Islands government during the opening ceremony on Sunday, 1st of July 2018 at Losentama. And so I shall kindly ask the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Melanesian to do the presentation of gifts to the participating countries in this order. First gift is to be presented to Papua New Guinea. And may I call on the current chair of the MSG and Honorable Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Emil Tamul, to receive the gift on behalf of his delegation. The gifts are a traditional war canoe known as Tomoko and as chair of MSG. This shows that Honorable Tamul is the captain of the ship MSG. Another is a carton of cold tuna to promote the product in Papua New Guinea. Thank you. Now may I call upon the Vanuatu Head of Delegation, Mrs. Jenny Ligo, Chair Lady Vanuatu Cultural Council, to come forward to receive her delegation's gift. The gift is a wall mask, which means looking ahead to hosting the next upcoming MSG Festival. A big hand for Vanuatu! Next, I now call upon the head of Fiji delegation, Nepote Kotanitambua, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Culture, to receive the gift of a fish tray. Fish, as we all know, travels from place to place, and in the same way, travelers traveling to other parts of the world pass through Fiji, since it is situated in the center of the region that connects the region to the other parts of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now call upon FLNKS of New Caledonia, Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, Mrs. Valentine Erisoke, to please come forward to receive her delegation's gift of a traditional bowl which we used in the olden days to store and preserve food which is what MSG is all about, preserving our art and culture. Ladies and gentlemen, next I have the honor to call upon the Director General of MSG, Ambassador Amena Yawoli, to please come to receive his gift, which is a big turtle with little turtles on its back, depicting MSG as the umbrella body and the countries as members of the main body. Big hand for the Director General. Next, may I call upon Torres Strait Indigenous Head of Delegation, City Mayor Frederick Geller, to come and receive the gift on behalf of his delegation. A gift of pan pipe as a souvenir. The very instruments the Solomons are well known for in the region and throughout the world. Big hand, please. Ladies and gentlemen, now the gift for the indigenous people of Taiwan, to be received by the Ambassador of Taiwan in the Solomon Islands, His Excellency Roger Luo. A gift of a basket with comb and pan pipes as souvenirs. A symbol of friendship. And on that note, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, since the Taiwanese delegation was not here during the official opening of the Melanesian Sixth Arts and Cultural Festival, I have the honor to call upon the delegation of Taiwan to come forward to present their gift to the Solomon Islands government, which will be received by the Honorable Acting Prime Minister, Manase Damakana Sungawari. For that wonderful song and traditional gift to the Solomon Islands government. Ladies and gentlemen, lastly but not the least, I would like to say thank you to the Melanesian provinces of Indonesia for their participation and who have already left the country yesterday. In their absence, please let's all give them a round of applause. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the presentations of gifts by the Acting and Deputy Prime Minister. Thank you so much, Honorable Prime Minister Acting. We shall now move on to the acknowledgements to the Solomon Islands government by Director General of Melanesian Spearhead Group, MSG, Ambassador Amena Yawoli. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite the MSG Director General of MSG, Amena Yawoli, to make his acknowledgement to the government of Solomon Islands. Please give him a big round of applause.
The Acting Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister of the Solomon Islands government, Honorable Manasa Songawari and Madam Songawari. Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture of Papua New Guinea. The Chairman of the MSG Minister of Arts and Culture, Honorable Emir Tamur. Minister of Culture and Tourism of the Solomon Islands Government, Honorable Bartholomew Parapolo, Minister of Foreign Affairs and External Trade of the Solomon Islands Government, Honorable Milner Tosaka, Lord Mayor of Honiara City, Councillor Andrew Moore, traditional leaders of the Solomon Islands, Chairperson of the Cultural Services Commission of Vanuatu, Ms. Jenny Ligo, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Itauki Affairs of Fiji, Mr. Naipote Katunitamboa, Representative of FLNKS, Madam Valentine Rashid, Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps, delegates to the 6th MacFest, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, all geta, all one talks. I am extremely delighted and honored to stand before you this afternoon, the last day of our festival, representing you all, delegations of the 6th MacFest, Fiji, Kanaki Caledonia, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, Indonesian Melanesians, Torres Strait Islands, Republic of China, Taiwan, the Solomon Islands, here this afternoon.
Je suis extrêmement ravi et honoré d'être devant vous cet après-midi, le dernier jour de notre festival, représentant toutes les délégations du 6e MacFest, Fiji, Kanaki, Calédonie, Papouasie-Nouvelle-Guinée, Vanuatu, Indonésie, Torres Strait Islands, République de Chine, Taïwan et les îles Salomon.
I sincerely thank the organizing committee, chaired by Permanent Secretary Andrew Nihopara, for the opportunity to be standing in your midst and convey a few words of appreciation to our wonderful host, the beautiful people, and the government of the Solomon Islands.
Je remercie sincèrement le comité d'organisation, présidé par le secrétaire permanent Andrew Nihopara, de m'avoir donné l'occasion de témoigner devant notre merveilleux hôte, le beau peuple et le gouvernement des îles Salomon.
Before saying our thank you to our committed and humble host, as current Director General of the MSG, let me say a few words emphasizing our collective determination to forge ahead a united Melanesia, reinforcing arts, culture and heritage as the bedrock and enabler of sustainable development of our respective MSG members and our sub-region.
Avant de dire notre remerciement à notre hôte engagé, permettez-moi de dire quelques mots soulignant notre détermination collective à aller de l'avant pour une Mélanésie unifiée, renforçant les arts, la culture et le patrimoine comme fondement de développement durable de nos membres respectifs GFLM et notre sous-région.
As experienced in the last 10 days, our expressions of our arts and culture does not end here at the conclusion of the 6th MacFest. It needs to be moved forward in a very consistent pattern and pace. In my view, there are 3 important drivers that could spearhead the work on arts, culture and heritage in our Melanesia.
Il y a 3 facteurs importants qui pourront mener le travail sur les arts, la culture et le patrimoine en Mélanésie. Comme cela a été le cas au cours de 10 derniers jours, cela ne s'arrête pas à la fin du 6e MacFest. Il doit être avancé dans un modèle et une règle très régulière.
First, at the very foundation of Melanesia is the MSG Agreement 2015 revised, the constitution of the MSG Group, which reinforces a determination by our group to have a region that is respected for and promotion of its Melanesian customs, traditions, and values. This is our legal platform as a sub-region. We need to use it wisely and work together in the field of arts, culture, and heritage as Melanesians for our collective good of Melanesia. We are meeting every 4 years to express, preserve, and promote our customs, cultures, arts, and traditions. But can we do more and expand beyond the bounds of the festival?
Tout d'abord, à la base même de la Mélanésie, à l'accord de GFLM révisé en 2015, la constitution du groupe GFLM qui renforce la détermination de notre groupe à faire respecter et à promouvoir ses coutumes, traditions et valeurs mélanésiennes. C'est notre plateforme juridique et dans cette sous-région, nous devons utiliser et travailler ensemble dans le domaine des arts, de la culture et du patrimoine en tant que mélanésienne pour notre bien collectif des Mélanésies. Nous nous réunissons tous les 4 ans pour exprimer, préserver et promouvoir nos coutumes, cultures, arts et traditions. Mais pouvons-nous en faire plus et nous entendre au-delà de la limite du festival?
Second, during the 6th MacFest, a Melanesian Arts and Culture Symposium was held for 3 days at the Sinu campus, following the traditions of the previous 5 MacFest, with the main theme of New Horizons, exploring the economics of culture and the potentials of creative industries in Melanesia. We need to undertake our symposium more often, and we cannot wait for the next 4 years. I am happy to note that it is the firm desire of the 6th Symposium to undertake the symposium every year to continue to drive momentum to our work, the expression of our arts, cultures, traditions and heritage, and assess progress and opportunities before the next festival.
Deuxièmement, durant le 6e MacFest, un symposium mélanésien sur les arts et la culture a eu lieu pendant 3 jours, suivant les traditions de 5 présidents MacFest avec le thème principal Nouveau Horizon, explorant l'économie de culture et de production de l'industrie créative en Mélanésie. Nous devons faire plus souvent notre symposium mélanésien sur les arts et la culture et nous ne pouvons pas attendre le 4 prochaines années. Je suis heureuse de constater que le 6e symposium souhaite ardemment que cet événement se déroule chaque année pour continuer à donner l'élan à notre travail, l'expression de nos arts, de nos cultures, de nos traditions et de notre patrimoine.
Third, we should have the ability to respond to problems and challenges in our lives in creative, innovative, rational and ethical ways, and most importantly, to look at development from its triple bottom line, namely the social pillar, the environmental pillar, and the economic pillar. We must avoid our development just focusing on one pillar alone, such as on the economic pillar. We can create our own cultural economy on our terms and conditions, as we all know. Our culture is our land. Our culture is our identity. Our culture is our environment. Our culture is our food. Our culture is our people. And our culture is our future.
Troisièmement, nous devrons avoir la capacité de répondre aux problèmes et aux défis de notre vie de manière créative, innovante, rationnelle et éthique, et surtout d'examiner le développement à partir des 100 triples bilans, le pilier social, environnemental et économique. Nous devons éviter de nous concentrer uniquement sur un seul pilier, par exemple sur le pilier économique. Nous pouvons créer notre propre économie culturelle selon les modalités et contention. Et comme nous le savons tous, notre culture est notre terre, notre culture est notre environnement, notre culture est notre nourriture, notre culture est notre peuple, et ainsi de suite.
We are now seeing unfathomable trends in the world today, changes in lifestyles and even cultural and religious beliefs. So where do we go from here in a world where cultural norms, religious beliefs and basically morality have been challenged? Are we going to watch the world's winds of change blow away our Melanesian traditions, customs and values? Or are we able to determine our own destiny and to choose and pick what parts we want from modernity, noting that we are not obliged to follow the crowd? Or through our cultures and traditions, are we able to explore and further nurture the arc of opportunities that are before us as Melanesians?
Nous voyons maintenant des tendances insondables dans le monde d'aujourd'hui, des changements dans le mode de vie et même de croyances culturelles et religieuses. Alors, où allons-nous d'ici dans le monde et le nombre culturel? Les croyances religieuses, éventuellement, les morales ont été mises en question. Allons-nous regarder le vent des changements du monde en prenant nos traditions, nos coutumes et nos valeurs mélanésiennes? Sommes-nous capables de déterminer notre propre destin et de choisir quelle partie nous voulons de la mortalité, et notons que nous ne sommes pas obligés de suivre la boule? À travers nos cultures et nos traditions, sommes-nous capables d'explorer et nourrir davantage l'acte d'opportunité qui se présente à nous en tant que Mélanésiens?
Fellow Melanesians, it behooves us as Melanesians to forge forward a united approach through the Melanesian Cooperation Agreement, benchmarking our progress on the advancement of our cultures, arts and heritage at our respective national levels, policies and implementations, whilst being informed of and guided by our Melanesian sub-regional and global developments on arts, culture, and heritage.
Compagnons mélanésiennes, il nous appartient en tant que Mélanésiens de développer une approche unifiée à travers la sous-région mélanésienne, en comparant nos progrès sur l'avancement de nos cultures et de nos arts aux politiques et implémentations nationales respectives, tout en étant informés et guidés par notre sous-région mélanésienne, le développement régional et mondial sur les arts, la culture et le patrimoine.
I am sure you will all agree that it is not enough to meet at every 4 years interval during the Festival of Arts and Culture. Therefore, we have to continue to create awareness for all Melanesians and empower our people to actively participate in a changing society as informed, confident, and responsible citizens of Melanesia, using our arts, cultures, and traditions as our platform to progress forward.
Je suis sûr que vous conviendrez tout qu'il n'est pas suffisant de se réunir tous les 4 ans pendant le Festival des Arts et de la Culture. Par conséquent, nous devons continuer à sensibiliser tous les Mélanésiens et permettre à notre peuple de participer activement à une société en mutation et en tant que citoyen informé, confiant et responsable de la Mélanésie et utilisant nos arts, nos cultures, nos traditions comme plateforme pour progresser.
The Honorable Acting Prime Minister, sir, thank you for your keynote address, for the gifts to our fellow delegates, and for accepting a gift from our Taiwanese delegation. It is indeed deeply appreciated. On behalf of all our delegations participating in the 6th MacFest, I wish to convey our humble and sincere appreciations to your government, your beautiful people, and your blessed country for hosting us this year. Thank you for your astute leadership. Thank you for standing at the forefront leading us. Thank you for all your hard work and preparations through the organizing committee. Thank you for all government ministries and agency support and facilitations. Thank you for your private sector participations and contributions. Thank you for making the 6th MacFest, hosted by your government, the Solomon Islands, a huge success.
L'honorable Premier ministre par intérim, au nom de toutes les délégations participant au 6e MacFest, je souhaite transmettre nos humbles et sincères remerciements à votre gouvernement, à votre belle population et à votre pays béni pour nous accueillir cette année. Nous vous remercions de votre leadership avisé, de votre leadership, de votre travail à genoux et de vos préparatifs par l'appui de comités d'organisation, d'appui et de facilité de tous les ministères d'organismes de gouvernement pour vos participations et contributions du secteur privé pour la 6e édition de MacFest, accueillie par le gouvernement des îles Salomon, un énorme succès.
Delegates, I am sure that you will all agree with me that the 6th Melanesian Arts and Culture Festival is a total and a resounding success. So a big clap of hands to the government.
Mesdames et messieurs les délégués, je suis sûr que vous serez d'accord avec moi pour dire que le 6e Festival des Arts de Culture Mélanésienne est un succès total et retentissement.
Fellow delegates, in bringing my address to a closure, I am reminded of an old African proverb that speaks of the importance of taking our strides together, working together as Melanesians in a manner that strengthens our resolve to achieving our strategic outcomes and reaching our destinations. It reads,
Chers collègues, en termination, je pense à un vieux proverbe africain qui parle de l'importance de faire des progrès ensemble, de marcher ensemble, comme Mélanésiens, d'une manière qui renforce notre détermination à atteindre notre résultat stratégique et notre destination. Ça dit,
if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, let us all walk together.
Si tu veux aller vite, tu pars seul. Mais si tu veux aller loin, marchez tous ensemble.
The message of this proverb resonates well with the common platform our MSG Ministers of Arts and Culture made in their meeting on Friday, 28 June here in Honiara on building a common Melanesian identity and perhaps having a brand of one Melanesia.
Le message de ces proverbes résonnait bien avec la plateforme commune que nos ministres des Arts et de la Culture ont fait lors de leur réunion le vendredi 28 juillet à Honiara sur la construction d'une identité commune et peut-être d'une marque de Mélanésie.
like the newly launched brand of tourism Solomons, which the Honorable Acting Prime Minister alluded to earlier. Solomon is, that expresses the beauty and richness of the Solomon Islands. I am pretty confident that we can create such a brand for the whole of Melanesia in the same wisdom and character.
Comme la nouvelle marque Solomon de tourisme, Solomon Island, exprimer la beauté et la richesse des îles Salomon, je suis assez confiant que nous pouvons créer une telle marque pour l'ensemble de la Mélanésie dans la même sagesse et la même caractère.
Perhaps we could say Melanesia is beautiful. Melanesia is rich in its culture and arts and heritage. Or Melanesia is forever. Let us all work together, Melanesia. Our Melanesia is forever.
Peut-être pourrions-nous dire la Mélanésie est belle, la Mélanésie est riche en art et culture et patrimoine. La Mélanésie est pour toujours.
May God bless Melanesia. Traveling mercies back to your respective capitals. See you all in 2022 when the Republic of Vanuatu will play host to the 7th MacFest.
Que Dieu bénisse la Mélanésie à bientôt 2022 lorsque la République de Vanuatu accueillera le 7e MacFest.
Thank you Thomas. Thank you True. Merci beaucoup. Oleti.
Another big round of applause for the Director General of MSG, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now witness the handing over of the MSG Festival flag by the Minister of Culture and Tourism, Honorable Bartholomew Parapolo, to the Vanuatu receiving head of delegation, Mrs. Jenny Ligo, Chair Lady of Vanuatu National Cultural Council. Before Mrs. Ligo receives the flag, she wanted to make her speech, and later I can see that presentation is going to be made by Vanuatu delegation. So I will allow Mrs. Jenny to say her remarks, share her remarks later. But also I would like to remind all other overseas delegations that if you would like to reciprocate, please you can do so after Vanuatu delegation does her presentation of gifts. Thank you. We are drawing closer to the end of the formal part of the program, so stay put and continue to enjoy the program as it unfolds. We now welcome Mrs. Jenny Ligo. Ladies and gentlemen, I just advised by Mrs. Ligo that the PNG delegation will come forward to present, the Vanuatu delegation will come forward to present their gift, and the chief, who is also assistant Jenny, will present the gift on behalf of the Vanuatu delegation. And after that, Mrs. Ligo will make her present her remarks. Thank you. Another slight change. The MSG flag will be handed to the chief of Vanuatu delegation, and then they will come up with their gifts. Please welcome the Vanuatu delegation who is doing Ladies and gentlemen, we just have witnessed the handing over of the MSG flag to Chief Senimao Tisupe, President Mal Batumari, Council of Chiefs in Vanuatu. Please let's give him another round of applause. And now, the Vanuatu delegation will present their gift. Thank you so much, the Vanuatu delegation, for the presentation of gifts. Perhaps it is also fitting to allow the chief from Vanuatu to give a few remarks.
Thank you very much. So, with respect,
Mina ask Minister for Culture and Tourism, lokam receive him this flag gift, when we in Filalo Vanuatu, we will respond back lo flag we've been given.
What is happening now, ladies and gentlemen? The Minister of Culture and Tourism, Honorable Bartholomew Parapolo, is invited by the Chief of Vanuatu to receive the gifts on behalf of the Solomon Islands government. So there you are, we just have witnessed the acceptance by the Minister of Culture and Tourism, Honorable Bartholomew Parapolo, the gifts given by Vanuatu delegation and was presented by Chief Senimau Tisupe, President Mal Batumari, Council of Chiefs. Let us give them another round of applause, please. And now I shall call upon Head of Delegation, Mrs. Jenny Ligo, Chair Lady of the Vanuatu National Cultural Council, to present her remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, MC. The Right Honorable Acting Prime Minister, with the Mrs. Sokofare, Honorable Bartholomew Parapolo, Minister for Culture and Tourism, Solomon Islands, Honorable City Mayor Andrew Moore, Honorable Minister for PNG and Tourism, same time Hemi MSG, Council and Culture, Arts, Honorable Uri Suake Valentine, Minister of Government of New Caledonia, in charge for health, sport and youth, Ambassador for Taiwan, Ambassador Amena Yofoli, Director General of MSG, Chairman plus 6th Melanesian Arts Festival National Organizing Committee, Mr. Andrew Nihompara, High Chief Kanol, heads of delegates for the Melanesian countries, all diplomats for all private sectors, representative for all church, NGOs, more business houses, good people of the Solomon Islands, brothers and sisters from all participating countries, New Caledonia, PNG, Fiji, Torres Strait Islands, and friends of Melanesian countries and Taiwan delegation who are here. Moto plo Vanuatu hemitalemse, long God you may stand up, or in God we stand. On behalf of the government and the people of Vanuatu, represented by myself as chairwoman for the Vanuatu National Culture Council in Vanuatu, it is a great honor and privilege for me on this very special occasion to warmly say big flat thank you to Mas, lo government, mo people plus Solomon Islands for the invitation and the excellent hospitality that was provided to us in the Solomon Islands, most particularly the delegation of Vanuatu. May I take this special opportunity to salute the host country for the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival, and most importantly, the professionalization of the organizing committee who had made this event a very powerful and successful one that will be a historical and memorable event for us all. The opening ceremony at the Lawson Stadium on Sunday, 1st July 2018, with a very colorful performance by the young people of the Solomon Islands, followed by the most inspiring colorful fireworks, has already pointed out to most of us, the participating countries and the people of the Solomon, the success of the organizing of this event, the 6th Melanesian Arts Festival. Not only that, we have enjoyed our stay in beautiful Honiara, Solomon Islands. We have been given very high supervision and security protocols, provided with all means of the logistical, and have shared together the true meaning of the spirit of the unity, the Melanesian cultures, based on our Christian principles and the respect for each other. Today it is another milestone, history of the Melanesian countries, to mark the end of this 6th Art Cultural Festival. On behalf of the Vanuatu government and the people of Vanuatu, we are honored also by the Secretariat of the MSG for the recognition to hand over the festival flag to Vanuatu. Thank you, Thomas. The meaning of this Melanesian flag can be defined by many ways that symbolize the preamble of these Melanesian countries. But the core significant meaning that we, people of the Melanesian countries, shall be proud to proclaim is the uniqueness of our diversity, cultures in the big blue ocean of the South Pacific, which we shall have an obligation and duty to promote and preserve for our future generations. We are grateful and honored as the next host, but we have to accept the challenge that MSG and the government of the Solomon Islands have put on our shoulder to ensure that similar formula of organization is promoting our culture activities within our Melanesian countries is very important. To conclude, please let me emphasize that with our small performance of Vanuatu activities that we were presented here during the last 10 days, we would like to assure you of our confidence that Vanuatu, being a nation founded on traditional Melanesian values and principles, most surprising cultural activities will be prepared for you all at the next round in Vanuatu. Your Excellencies, you beautiful people of the Melanesia, and all our friends here today, I now have the honor, on behalf of the government and the people of Vanuatu, to warmly invite the government and the people of the Solomon Islands and all other neighboring Melanesian countries to join us at the next 7th Melanesian Arts Festival in Vanuatu in 2022. Luki Miufla, everyone, lo 2020, lo Vanuatu. Long live Melanesia. Thank you, Tomas, Pula Finaka. Thank you, True. Merci beaucoup. May God continue. Long bless him, you me everyone. God bless everyone.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Jenny Ligo, for that very inviting presentation, and be rest assured that we will see you in Vanuatu in 4 years' time. Thank you so much. Please, entertainment by Vanuatu artists. Please enjoy as we are drawing closer to the conclusion of the formal part of this program. Just in case.
Crowd, please move back. Crowd, move back first time. Program of finished. Thank you.
Invitation is sent out to any delegates from the region who would like to reciprocate with gifts. Please do come forward now. Thank you so much, Papua New Guinea. Big hands for our friends from Papua New Guinea, our Wantok, the closest neighbor in the region. Thank you all, Wantok. Papua New Guinea, Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening now is the presentation of gifts by Papua New Guinea delegation, and the gift is to be received by the acting Prime Minister, Honorable Manasseh Sogavare.
Honorable Acting Prime Minister, on behalf of the PNG delegation, the government and people of Papua New Guinea, we would like to thank you, your government, the festival committee, and the people of Solomon Islands for receiving us over the 10 days festival. With that, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Papua New Guinea delegation, for the wonderful gifts to the Solomon Islands government. Another big round of applause for our friends from Papua New Guinea, please. I now welcome the Fiji delegation to present their gifts. A big hand for our Wantoks and friends from Fiji. Bula Vinaka.
The acting Prime Minister of Solomon Islands, Honorable Manasseh Sogavare, and Madam, the Solomon Islands Minister of Culture and Tourism, Bartholomew Parapolo, the Crown Ministers that are present this evening, the Ministers for Tourism and Culture of Papua New Guinea, and Chair of MSG, Minister of Arts and Culture, Honorable Emil Tamur, the Director General of the MSG, Ambassador Amena Evoli, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Chiefs, landowners of the Solomon Islands, and fellow Melanesians, Nisambula Binaka. On behalf of the people of Fiji, and the government of Fiji, and the delegation that has been attending the 6th Fest in the last 10 days, I wish to convey our heartfelt thanks to the people in the government of Solomon Islands, and also the MSG Secretariat, for another festival of sharing of Melanesian arts and culture. In keeping with the theme of this year's meet, past recollections and future connections, all of us have put on display and soul of all of the hands and minds throughout the last 10 days. We must actively pursue the possibility of finding ways to value add to works that we have derived through our culture, because there's potential for our people to live off sustainably through traditional creativeness. The survival of our arts during a period when contemporary arts tend to be a popular choice requires the support of our national government. Today I congratulate all our governments and urge them to continue their investment in future MacFest. It's rather a unique setting, a festival that provides a platform for our old and young to convene and learn from each other. The festival also takes into a host country its peculiar color, its colorful spirit, and a blessed life. The Solomon Islands has been a wonderful host to all of us. The people of Solomon Islands, throughout the festivities, we bore witness to your kindness and generosity as a people. I thank the Solomon Islands government for the time and effort they have put into organizing the 6th MacFest. You have again raised the standard from the fireworks to the opening ceremony, to the inclusion of young children in the performances, to the generous spirit you have showed us during our stay here. Thank you, Solomon Islands. We have witnessed the inclusion on one of other racial groupings since we convened here in Sonyara. My home country, Fiji, proudly brought you dance and music from the contemporary arts which featured our Fijian brothers and sisters of Indian and Asian Wantok descent. Like us, their ancestors were also voyagers in search of a place they can call home. Melanesia is now home of many diaspora who have not only settled in Fiji, but other Pacific Island countries. Fiji is proudly a home of those Asian, European, Kiribati, Wallis Futuna, and Wantok descent. I hope that through our example of an inclusive delegation to the 6th MacFest, other countries will embrace other communities that make up their home country and offer them a place in the Melanesian arts culture platform. In like our hours, we demonstrate the inclusiveness in accepting to the world. We hope while you have enjoyed the Fijian hospitality and happy spirit, you'll also take with you a lesson with what we have come here to show you. To the next host, Vanuatu, we wish you all the best in your preparation, and we look forward in meetings and sailing again in Port Vila come 2022. To our Melanesian brothers and sisters, we have all learned from each other over the past few days. We have forged lasting friendship and most of all mutual respect for our diversity in culture and tradition. I hope that we, people of Melanesia, will continue to voyage to every host country that hosts future festivals. God bless us all, and God bless the countries that make up Melanesia. May I now call upon our Fijian delegation to say our farewell song in the usual manner.
Fiji delegation, please. And thank you so much, Nepote Kotanitambua, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Culture in Fiji. And for the Fijian delegation, Pinaka Bakalevu and Nisa Mote. Is there any delegates who would like to reciprocate? This is an opportunity.
Check 1, 2.
Okay. Looks like we are now coming closer to the end of the formal part of our program. And on that note, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Pula Fiji! Pula Fiji! Kasamai Makasa, Kasamai Makasa, Nalawa, Kasamai Makasa, Kasamai Makasa, Kasamai Nalawa, Nalawa, Toma,
back, we have another final presentation to go. Thank you very much. So, a little bit move back first time. You may not finish it. Thank you. Or big much sit down to blow stage. Thank you.
And yes, I would like to remind you that the icing of the cake is coming up later on tonight, so stay put, okay? And with that entertainment from Fiji singers, can I now call upon the New Caledonia delegation to make their presentation of gifts. Thank you. Please welcome our New Caledonian friends.
Hey!
part of the program for this evening. May I kindly call upon the crowd to please be seated where you are, as the program will continue into the evening, so our guests will be here until around 7 o'clock this evening. Also, they would like to enjoy the show tonight, so please be seated where you are and enjoy the show tonight. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, with that presentation of gifts by the New Caledonia delegation, we have now come to the conclusion of the first part of the Melanesian Spearhead Group closing ceremony from this stage. And for the second part of the closing ceremony, we shall now listen and watch the most interesting and entertaining part of the program, and that is the Melanesian Music Showdown, and later the breathtaking fireworks that will round up the show later on tonight. Guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining the formal part of the program. From your MC, I now hand over the stage to Francis Silo, the MC, for the next part of the program. Thank you so much, and may God bless.